Today we're presenting you a few basic sparring strategies when it comes to being tall versus being short. I'm Master Adrian with WM Taekwondo, and if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. We're gonna start with a few sparring strategies for shorter people. So let's say you are shorter than your opponent, which was definitely my case throughout my sparring career. Most of the people I sparred were taller than me, but I still managed to win a good amount of tournaments. And the way I did that, it's by shortening the distance. So you have to be aware that your range is much shorter than your opponent. So for example, if Chad here, which is taller than me right now, would keep attacking me, instead of me backing up or even backing up in angles, I would have to actually jump in so his kicks don't land right, his range is not good anymore, and I can definitely block that in the same time and land my kick from a shorter distance. If I would just keep backing up, your taller opponent, if they're smart enough, they're just gonna keep following up, and you are actually making them a service by just keeping the range long the way they want it. So keep in mind, if you are shorter, you want to make the range shorter than theirs, because even if they reach you, they are not going to be able to score because their kicks are not going to land right. So two ways you could do that is by shortening the distance with a fake kick forward and you work from there, or by taking angles and kicking from those angles. My second strategy for shorter people that I can recommend is working from the clinch and developing your clinch work, which means you want to be in the clinch as a shorter guy or girl. So whenever they attack you, let's say related to the first strategy, you are gonna cut the distance, but you have to know what to do from the clinch, which is creating space. You can push and kick, or you can jump in the clinch, you can do a crescent kick, or from there, any other kick that might work from the clinch. So if you're a shorter person and you are sparring taller people, get used with the clinch work and scoring from the clinch with shorter kicks, with jumps, crescent kicks, or anything that works for you. My third strategy for shorter people is using your punch, aggressiveness, but also speed. So if you're shorter than your opponent, you'd better be faster and more aggressive. And one way you can showcase that is through the punch. Not only that the punch could get you 1 point, but you can also throw a powerful punch where your opponent is gonna feel it right on the chest. So after, let's say, you cut the distance or you get in the clinch, make sure you always throw your punches. As a shorter person, those little points that you're gonna add up, although they're just 1 per each punch, are gonna help you out a lot in the end. Now, let's check out the 3 strategies we have for taller people. So let's say you are the taller one and your opponent is shorter. And it's the type of opponent I was mentioning earlier. They want to shorten the distance, they're very aggressive, they're throwing punches, they always want to push you around. Therefore, my first strategy for you is know your range and know your role. Just know that your range is longer, so try to throw your kicks in time before they come in, and also try to double up on the attack. So maybe it might be better to be more offensive than defensive when you are taller, so you can control the area with your range. The second strategy I recommend to tall people is to use their front leg, just because that's the leg that's closer to your opponent, and you can always throw it first and follow up after with the back leg or anything you might think it works. Therefore, make sure you have the front leg ready all the time, and you have to make sure you have a good reaction. Don't forget that shorter people, as I said before, they're gonna try to get in, use the clinch, punches, and be very aggressive. So therefore, as soon as they move, throw your front leg. If they take angles, make sure you change the angle as well with them and use your front leg. I would highly recommend the cut kick, because the cut kick is like a push kick. Whenever they move in, they can actually eat it, and it's also gonna be hurting them, besides the fact that you score. So make sure you throw good cut kicks, and after that you can follow up head level or anything like that on shorter opponents. My last strategy for tall people is counterattack as soon as they move. So instead of using drops or like angles too much, I would actually throw as soon as my shorter opponent tries to move. Why? Because they cannot come in anymore. So for example, if they're trying to come in, I counterattack here and next I can drop. then they come in again, and I can just score and move, score and move. So do not let them get close to you because that's their main goal. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like button and let other people know about our channel. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to let us know in the comments. W1 out.